Hey guys, good morning. Trying a new spot. Obviously, we're down here in Florida, allowing just some rest, recovery, especially for Jessica. As you guys know, she gets sick as it gets cold in the winter. But wanted to just have this time this morning for this morning devotional. What a great job the guys have done up till this point. I just am so grateful for all the men that the Lord has brought to the church that have a heart to share God's word and to see them grow is amazing. So thank you for continuing to encourage them and support them along the way. But here we are, we're in Psalms 108. And what we're going to really discover with Psalms 108 is, let's see here. It looks like my internet is no good right now, guys. Let's see. We should be able to keep going. We'll give it a shot. But so what we have is he's going into this battle. His battle's going to be against Edom, and there's this psalm that he writes, and he lays it out there. But he ends the psalm with a few questions, and I want to end it first before I start it because we get to see that the start is really kind of where the meat and the power of the message is. But right here in verse 10, it says this of Psalm 108. Who will bring me into the strong city? Who will lead me to Edom? If it is not you, O God, who cast us off, and you, O God, who did not go out with our armies, give us help from trouble, for the help of man is useless. Though God, or through God, we will do valiantly, for it is he who shall tread down our enemies. And so there's a sense of questioning of the Lord. Like, God, why in the world? There's been times in the past where you haven't been there. You haven't been with our armies, that we weren't successful, that we didn't win the battle. And he's kind of throwing that out there as a measure of just reality. The need for him to trust the Lord, because the truth is he wasn't there. There were times when they went out to battle and they went out on their own. They went out there in their own strength, for he said, for the help of man is useless. They didn't have the hand of God in their life. And so that's oftentimes what ends up in our own life, is that we choose to go off in our own strength, our own abilities, our own ways. And we find out that the battle is a lot harder than we would have expected. The task at hand is impossible in our own strength, that some of the things which we deal with and struggle with on a regular basis, they just seem to be overwhelming. Storms of life can be something that becomes consuming and all those sorts of things. But the reality of it is that he recognizes he needs to have the Lord in this battle without question. Where does he get that resolve? Where does he get that sense that before he even goes into a battle, before he makes a decision whether or not to go take the city, but where does he find that? It's there in verse 1. It says this: "O God, my heart is steadfast. I will sing and give praise even with my glory." And so here he is. He makes it clear, my heart is steadfast. That simple statement is so powerful. I think that is one of the most lacking things in Christianity today, is a steadfast heart, a heart that is purely resolved, that regardless of the circumstance or situation, we're going to be founded and rooted, and our trust is going to be in one, and that's going to be Jesus Christ, that we're going to ensure that every decision that we make, every direction that we go is going to be something that is led and guided by the Lord. Now, are we going to make that right? Perfect? No. Do I make that perfect? No. I missed the mark too, just like David did. And we wonder, it's like, why is things going so difficult? Well, because my heart had become more trustworthy in myself. And whenever I choose to walk in my own strength, I get tired, I get worn out, I get weary, I get exhausted, and I get to a place where I would just want to quit. And so there's a need here for a steadfast heart, a heart that regardless how heavy the storm is going to be, how difficult a life circumstance is going to be, maybe how successful things are going, how apparently blessed that we end up being is in our own minds, we start to wane. We start to no longer have that deep sense of trust in the Lord. And so our circumstances of life go like this, and so does our life go like this. That's why we have to have a steadfast heart, that even though when life is going like this, we can be steadfast, we can be stable, we can be constant, we can be strong, that regardless in the ups or the downs that we have before us or currently, when we place our trust wholly in the Lord, then we can know that even when it that that he's going to be in every one of the circumstances. So I encourage you guys today, as you spend time with the Lord, really ask that question. Would my heart, if I were to stand before the Lord today, would it be considered steadfast, meaning unmovable, something that is not going to be taken off course with one, statement that might be thrown out at us, or another hard season, or something that we might never expect, or maybe just a season of incredible success in our own right, in our own mind, in our own abilities, or even the mundane things of life. We need to have a steadfast heart that is constantly placing our trust in the Lord. If we could see an entire nation full of Christians, or all the Christians in our nation have a steadfast heart, we would see miraculous things happen before our eyes. I love you guys. God bless you all. Be encouraged and strengthened in the Lord. Keep your eyes fixed on him, and we will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. God bless y'all.